This is a special report from ABC News Digital.
I'm Ty Hernandez in New York, and this is an ABC News Digital special report. From Northern California to Texas and the Midwest, Winter Storm Cleon is producing heavy snow and a deep freeze that's set to sweep across the continent over the next 48 hours. With all the latest, we're joined now from Los Angeles by ABC's Brandy Hitt. Hello, Brandy.
Hi, Ty. I have to tell you, I'm very happy to be working indoors here in California today. You could definitely feel the freeze overnight in this state, but that is nothing compared to the huge amounts of snow we've been seeing piling up in the Rockies and the upper Midwest. We're talking about an icy cold storm that just keeps on giving.
The bitter blast of cold air and heavy snow has led to dozens of accidents, from Utah to Colorado and Nevada.
Oh, snap.
Even this news crew became the news with their own spin out.
Oh, we're gonna hit! We're gonna hit!
The icy Polar Express is leaving behind a wintry white mess and bone-chilling temperatures, with several states dropping 30 to 50 degrees in just 24 hours. More than 2 feet of snow has already fallen in Duluth, Minnesota.
I'm hopefully it'll taper off.
Now, as the Arctic air moves south, nearly 24 states are under winter advisories or warnings.
If the cold wasn't worse enough, we're going to have another problem across the southern plains in Texas, and that's going to be the threat for ice.
In California, zoo animals have been brought indoors.
We added a little extra hay tonight so they stay nice and cozy,
as skiers rush outside to be in the thick of it.
Everyone's hustling, I'm sure, up there.
Drivers are also being forced to put on tire chains as the snow piles up in the Sierra Nevada mountains, while California farmers down below are relying on massive fans to save their citrus crops.
And what you're doing is you're blowing that warmer air down on the trees.
Now, this is expected to be one of the coldest air masses we've seen in the U.S. since the 1990s, with record-breaking temperatures also expected in the coming days. Ty?
Brandy, you mentioned the threat to California citrus farmers. How worried are they about their crops?
Well, there's always a concern, but they think they're going to be able to make it through this freeze. Farmers seem to run into this every year, especially in California's Central Valley, and most have those giant fans in place for the larger orchards that you saw in our piece. They also actually use water to get through the overnight hours because the water temperature is warmer than the air temperature often, Ty.
And is there any part of the country this storm will not be affecting, or are we all going to feel the wrath in the coming days?
Eventually, maybe a little bit. You know, you guys over in the Northeast are enjoying some mild weather right now, but this icy system is expected to head south on Friday and into the weekend, and then eventually move into the Northeast by Saturday into Monday. But forecasters are expecting it to change significantly by then. There may still be some snow, though, in New York City and Philadelphia, Ty.
All right, ABC's Brandy Hitt from Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. And now we're joined by AccuWeather's Justin Pavic. Justin, we're seeing some intense snow from all around the country, especially the Midwest. Is this all part of the same storm, or are there a number of fronts moving across the country?
You know, this is all part of the same Arctic air mass. Now, within this Arctic air mass, there are a few impulses of energy. We call these low-pressure systems, and those are producing some precipitation. Right now, it's the upper Midwest, and man, have we seen a lot of snow around Duluth, some spots north and east into the Arrowhead of Minnesota. 1-2 feet, and it's still pouring down the snow. Tricky travel, to say the least, here along Interstate 94 and also Interstate 35. Now, that cold air combined with the wind, this is how it feels outside right now to the skin. It's hard to even look at these numbers. Minus 18, Bismarck, Pierre minus 17. And yeah, that's teeth clattering chill is going to be sliding its way off to the south and the east over the course of the next couple of days. Look at the real feels. This is how it feels later on tonight. Minus 40 around Bismarck. This is not to be taken lightly. Dangerous cold all the way into Southern California. Santa Barbara, you'll be waking up to some frosty conditions the next couple of nights. And then as we go throughout the late weekend of the weekend, it dives south, and then this cold air mass starts to move its way ever so slightly off to the east.
All right, Justin, how far below average are these temperatures in Northern California and Texas? It's surprising to hear storm coverage from a place like Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's very rare this time of the year. And for northern Texas, we're talking about temperatures some 30 to 40 degrees below normal. Before all is said and done, this will likely be one of the coldest early season outbreaks in the month of December ever for the South Plains.
And we've been talking about the warm weather in the Northwest. Remind us again when the system gets here.
Well, into the northwest, or the northeast rather, it's going to be warm for the next couple of days. You know, enjoy Thursday. It's going to be into the 60s and also the 70s into the southeast. But as we get in toward the upcoming weekend, cooler temperatures start to roll in. And heading into next week, I think it's going to be east turn, unfortunately.
All right. You know, as much as we do this coverage, it still catches people by surprise sometimes when they hit those roads. So what actions are local authorities taking that you've heard about ahead of this heavy snow and icing?
Well, of course, many areas already starting to prep in terms of road surfaces. And I'll tell you what, these temperatures are going to be very cold. So there's going to be a lot of sand, a lot of ice poured down onto some of the road surfaces. To combat with these temperatures, the freezing rain, the sleet will be falling into air masses only into the 20s. So again, this is a system, a storm that is not to be taken lightly. It's something that you would typically see in the dead of winter, though, you know, we're still a couple weeks out from the official start.
All right, Justin Pavlik, scary thought. Thank you again for joining us. A deep freeze already being felt in parts of the Midwest, getting set to sweep across the country from the Southwest all the way to the Central Appalachians. All the latest right here on abcnews.com. This has been an ABC News Digital Special Report. I'm Ty Hernandez in New York.